drove from Wainika to Queenstown. The views along the way were so spectacular we could have stopped on every corner. Queenstown is a small town, but it sure is big when it comes to adrenaline sports. If you want the adrenaline rush, this is the place. It's just not for us though. Still lots of things to do and see. We are going to show you the top 10 things we liked, in no special order. But yes, what was the first place you went to when we arrived? Queenstown doesn't have much history. It was founded in 1860 by a farmer named William Rees. He is the father of Queenstown. The town started growing in the times of the gold rush, but it became really popular in our days as a tourist destination. It's lunchtime and we are starving. We found a nice pub in one of the main streets.
We are now in Queenstown. We are going to have lunch, and after lunch we will take a gondola's ride to the top of Bob's Peak. We decided to celebrate a bit our arrival in Queenstown with New Zealand apple cider. We don't usually drink. We made an exception today.
Prices in the cafe are quite reasonable.
I chose seafood chowder. I love soups. And then chose...
What did you choose?
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips?
And some salad.
And some celery. It looks
Some
lovely.
tartar sauce.
Yeah, with the sauce, tartar sauce. Okay, bon appetit.
First stop is the Skyline. It's number one on our list. The views are always good, but when the weather is great, it is quite spectacular. We chose the gondola ride up the hill, but you can add extra activities if you like the luge or dinner.
We are in gondola and starting to climb. It costs $44 for a return trip.
Unbelievable. From where I'm standing now, I'm looking down on Queenstown and the lake, and there's not a breath of air, and the lake is just like a mill pond. We found these art Jelly Belly displays in the Skyline Pavilion. The Jelly Belly shop is opposite the display. Making replicas of famous paintings from jelly beans, we think this is a smart advertising campaign. What do you think? Fergburger. They make the best burgers in the world. This isn't advertising, it really is that good. We visited this burger place a few times. Prices are affordable, ranging from $10 to $20. Pretty good deals, really. This place is very popular and there is always queues lined out the front. No questions asked, this is 5-star quality. Fergburger is only in Queenstown. It's not a franchise like McDonald's or Burger King. As you can see from the walls, celebrities like coming here.
Знаменитое место.
The Onsen Hot Pools is only 10 minutes drive from Queenstown. We made our reservations 2 weeks in advance. Most places had gone already. If you want a hot pool, get in early. What a magnificent view from the hot pool. This is the Shotover River, known as one of the richest gold-bearing rivers in the world. Once upon a time, many fortune seekers flocked to this area. Onsen pool prices are quite affordable. It's a bit cheaper in the daytime. We paid $126 for 2 for 1 hour. Nighttime prices are $150. We didn't go on the jet boat, that's why it's not on our top 10 list. But not mentioning it wouldn't be right. Lots of people come to New Zealand to experience the adrenaline rush of the jet boat. This place is only 3 minutes from Onsen Hot Pools on the way back to Queenstown. There is a nice cafe here and we sat down and we relaxed.
Dan ordered a very good drink and he gave it to me to taste.
What do you call it?
Lemon, lime and bitters.
I like it too, by the way.
I ordered tea as usual, and the tea was not so good, honestly. This cafe is in a good vantage point. We are watching the jet boats.
This is one of the oldest bridges in New Zealand. It was built in 1919 and named in memory of a British nurse. Nowadays you'll see the jet boat speeding up the river underneath the bridge. On the way back to Queenstown we came across this beautiful track. This is a relatively new and quite a pleasure to walk, but again it's not in our top 10 list. Let's move on. The monument of William Rees, the father of Queenstown, is located in the heart of the city, in front of the chocolate shop Patagonia, which is number 4 on our top 10 list. The owners were originally from Argentina, but now reside in New Zealand. I chose a Patagonia hot chocolate with whipped cream. Victoria chose a pavlova dessert. The pav, as they sometimes call it in Australia and New Zealand, is a famous dessert created in honour of a famous Russian ballerina, Anna Pavlova.
I love this pavlova dessert. It tastes nice. There have been an ongoing dispute between Australia and New Zealand regarding the country of origin of the dessert, and it is still unclear. But I like this New Zealand version as much as Australian one. It's all good.
Hot chocolate deluxe from Patagonia. I'm just showing. Wait a second, I'll take a picture. Looks a lot better than what it tastes. We added the Kiwi Birdlife Park for only one reason, to see a Kiwi bird. Where else are we going to see a national icon of New Zealand?
We purchased tickets to the Kiwi Birdlife Park, mainly because we would like to see the kiwi bird. The ticket costs $60 per person, but it is possible to buy a bit cheaper online.
The kiwi is an unusual looking bird. It's nocturnal, only comes out at night time. It's about the same size as a fully grown chicken, except the feathers look like fur. It cannot fly, has loose hair-like feathers, strong legs and no tail. Besides the kiwi, surprisingly there are many parrots in the park. Kia parrots are our favourites. They are curious, brave and can live up in the mountain tops. Here is another flightless bird, Maori chicken, called Weka. It's very smart. Pines are not native to New Zealand, but we saw lots of them around. What is the best souvenir to get from New Zealand? We think it's Manuka honey. Manuka honey has a lot of healing properties and it has a rating called unique Manuka factor. The higher the rating, the more potent the honey. The Manuka tea tree is very rare and only grows in New Zealand and the southern parts of Australia. Wherever the British go and make their settlements, they always create botanical gardens. Queenstown is no exception. The first tree was planted here in 1866 and it was an English oak. Look what a beautiful playground. This artwork was created by a New Zealand sculptor, Paul Dibble. The Queenstown Botanical Gardens are located next to the Wakatupu Lake, only a short walk from the centre of town. As you can see, the gardens are very well kept and they are looking great. Queenstown certainly has its fair share of ducks. We saw heaps of them while we were here.
Lots of them there.
By the way, for just $2 you can feed the ducks on the quayside. It was such a pleasure.
It's fun, I'm telling you. Huh?
The ducks are so lovely and that's why people want to feed them. But they are usually fed the wrong food like chips and bread, which is not good for the ducks. Some kind people have created a project to save the ducks. Anyone can purchase seeds and feed the ducks properly. The ducks are happy and so are the people. Milford Sound was our #1 place we wanted to see in New Zealand. It's a long way from Queenstown, but it's well worth the trip. We were very impressed with the Fjord National Park. One day we would like to come back here and spend more time exploring the beautiful nature.
Glenorchy. Мы в Glenorchy.
We are in Glenorchy.
Сейчас я покажу немножечко.
Glenorchy is a small town. Let's have a look at the historical boathouse. Many years ago, the boats departed to Queenstown from here. There is nothing to do here except hiking and sports activities. The nature is so beautiful, and there are many tracks for hiking.
Glenorchy is not far from Queenstown and only about a 40-minute drive, which is around 45 kilometres. There are many good tracks for hiking and also activities that can be done in the region, including fly fishing, kayaking and jet boating, just to name a few. Just the drive itself to Glenorchy is spectacular. The mountains surrounding the lake are unbelievable. Last but not the least, our cruise on the steamship Earnslaw, the Lady of the Lake as the locals call it. This ship is the same age as the Titanic, but this one is still cruising. It was launched in October 1912. We chose the cruise with a barbecue lunch on a historical farm, and we did not regret it one little bit.
Так, старое судно, ровесник Титаника. А все еще ходит, потому что маленькая и скромная.
Our trip included a sheep shearing demonstration and a sheep roundup display from the cattle dogs.
Roll that all that way. One more should be the correct important position for me. So these are the long words, these biggest stripes on the sheet, and this is where I get a lot of wool off very, very quickly.
Вау.
So, with the two dogs, I'm going to send them up. I might send them up the left.
The barbecue lunch was exceptionally good. We highly recommend that you include the cruise on the Earnslaw with lunch or dinner in your itinerary. All the food is fresh produce. The variety is unbelievable. And lots of desserts.
The dessert tastes really good.
To wrap things up, New Zealand is a beautiful country and Queenstown is amazing. There are lots more activities and more places to see than what we have filmed in our video. If you get an opportunity to come to New Zealand, grab it with both hands as you won't be disappointed. The water is crystal clear, no wind, it's unbelievable.